Good afternoon, everybody. Brandon here once again. This video, I thought I'd do the story of how I got the 2008 Chevrolet 9C3 undercover police car. Now, I'm kind of doing a Sunday drive while I'm filming this video, so forgive me if I'm not looking directly at the camera, because I am focusing on the road. And you gotta love that 6-cylinder engine. But anyway, I thought I'd do my story of getting this car. As mentioned in my previous video, I was talking about how I got it from some guy who works for the police department, or, well, the state prison in where I live. Well, I believe this was his personal car. I don't know much information about the car. The guy was kind of, he didn't really tell me much about the car when he had it, but he told me, though, that it was his car, and that, you know, he worked for the prison as a security guard. He was one of the guards, and this was his everyday car. He didn't tell me if he bought it from auction. I would think that they auction these cars off, and he bought it for his personal use because it was his personal car after. Maybe. I'm not sure about that. But anyway, this is my second car. I also own a 1995 Ford Bronco XLT. White, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful truck. I love that truck to death. That thing is just amazing. A lot of horsepower, a lot of get up and go. Just, you know, gas mileage is just outrageously expensive for that thing. And, you know, I needed something that would get me around town at, you know, fairly decent gas mileage. But you see, the thing is, I'm not much of a big fan of anything like on the sedan market. I don't like Hondas. I really don't like Ford Tauruses. I don't really like Toyota or Honda, and none of that stuff. It just doesn't excite me. You know, I've always had an obsession for like police vehicles. You know, I've always, ever since I was really, really young. I mean, I've only been driving for a couple of years, so I'm not that experienced, you know, with that, of course, but I've always loved the Crown Vics. I've always loved that classic body-on-frame SUV feel, and, you know, the V8 powered rear-wheel drive. Well, this car is obviously only front-wheel drive. It is a V6 car, which, that's fine by me. Just going around some of the neighborhoods here. But, yeah, this car is only a 6-cylinder, which is great by me. It's fine by me. But I do like the Crown Vics. They're wonderful cars. They are extremely roomy. They're just great cars overall. But, you know, I know the Chevy Impalas are great. I have a buddy who owns a 2010 Chevrolet Impala LTZ model. The ones that have all the bells and whistles and fancy gadgets. And, you know, they're nice cars and everything. They're really cool. But, you know, I wanted something that was simple. I don't like a lot of bells and whistles and gadgets on a car that I think are very unnecessary, like radio controls. I don't need that. You know, that's just unnecessary buttons to press. A bunch of little just buttons that are just useless. I wanted something simple, and that's when I thought about looking for a fleet spec vehicle with fairly low miles. And then I came across this, the 2008 Chevrolet Impala 9C3 undercover police package, which is a great car, as mentioned. Go around that bump here. Which is a great car, as mentioned. I enjoy everything about this car. I put about 9,000 miles on it since I've owned the car. It has currently about 129,000 miles. It came with 120,000 when I bought it. But overall, it's been excellent. I've taken trips with this car. It does great on the freeway. Active fuel management, gotta love that. That is a nice Ford Bronco over there. Beautiful truck. But great gas mileage, and just overall an excellent car. Had new tires put on it when I bought it. Things like that. We'll come back and you guys can see my face. Had new tires put on it. Excellent tires. I believe they're Michelin. But overall, this is pretty much my story of how I came across the car. And what I think of fleet spec vehicles. I think they're great vehicles for the money. Once again, I'm not a type of guy that gets all excited over having every bell and whistle that there is in a car or a truck, in that matter. I'm just not a fan of that. I consider this car one of the last actually fairly decent cars you can get nowadays. Because I'm just not a fan of newer vehicles. We're at a stop here. This is kind of a busy intersection. A lot of people get in accidents usually at this intersection, believe it or not. So we're just gonna wait till it's clear. I do want to get some kind of a dash mounted camera. Oh, hold on a second here. I do want to get some kind of a dash mounted camera, so I can film some things, but you know, I know those cameras can't film audio, and that's fine. You know, just I've heard they're unwanted in certain areas. They're not particularly legal in some areas, which I don't know about that for sure, but I'll have to do some more research on that. I do plan to put a CB radio in this car sometime down the line. So I do have some projects. It's just so darn cold here in the place I live to want to do any work to the car or really anything to the car. It's just so cold. So, you know, you step outside and it's like, brr. And I don't have an insulated garage to really do anything in. But overall, great car. Love it. That's really my story though. But thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe. I could use the subscribers. And if you guys like this content, please hit the little notifications bar if you want to see any future videos about this car. If you would like, you can check out my other videos that talk about this car more in depth. But thank you guys for watching. Have a good one, everybody. Ciao.